Hey guys, welcome back. Today I've got a Benchmade, as you can see, but this is came in a shipment from a very good friend of mine and fellow MKT Centurion, even though this is a Benchmade video. That's how Gil and I met, was at a MKT event, and we've been friends ever since. And he owns and runs a company called ProSource Packing. Wildaboutsportinggoods is their website. And he sent in a package with a few different Benchmades, a couple other things. So over the next few days, you'll see some videos from him, from me, but with knives from Gil and the guys over there at Wildaboutsportinggoods. So big thank you to Gil, and here's his card. I will put a link to his website down in the description, but if you want to pause this and grab his info, give him a call, send him an email. He promised not to charge you extra if you like something just because you know me. Actually, he did say he would do some discount. We didn't really talk about it, but he'll take care of anybody that does reach out based on one of these videos. So let's dive right into it. So Benchmade makes a lot of different models, obviously, and I think everybody's fairly familiar with Benchmade. And they make some different series. They got their gold series, their black series, and whatnot. This is their, hunting series, I guess you would call it. And this is the Grizzly Creek. And it's got a, number is whatever, 150602. So you can look this up on the website. These retail at $225 for this guy. It's a pretty cool little knife. So we'll dive right into the specs. It's 4 1/4 inches closed. It is a thumb stud manual opening. Overall length is 7 3/4. Blade length is just a hair under 3.5, and an edge length of 3.39. And it has a slight recurve. Kind of hard to see there. It's just a slight recurve here, which I love a recurve blade. Recurve is probably one of my personally just favorite shaped blades. I think it just looks really cool and sexy. Even with this very slight recurve, I think it really does set it apart. It does have a S30V is the blade steel. The blade thickness is 0.12. Comes in at 4.3 ounces, so it's really lightweight. You could carry this all day. And an overall thickness of 0.55 minus the clip. What is cool about it's an access lock. It's kind of stiff because literally it's brand new. So I will not be taking this one apart because these are going to go back to Gil. And they're being sold as new, right? These are brand new. What is cool about it is a wood scales on both sides, and the wood is it's really a pretty wood. I'm not a huge wood scaled person. I do have a flipper or not a flipper, but a custom knife from Eric Kramer that has a wood backspacer, which I thought was really cool. But I've never really had a wood handled knife. So this is actually really cool, and it feels really good in the hand. So this is actually a diamond wood, I think is how you call it, with a Y. And the other interesting thing about this knife is it has a gut hook. I am not a hunter. I work in an office. I'm more of a city guy. I've been camping a few times when I was in Boy Scouts as a kid. So I don't have much use for a gut hook like this, but this could be used for actually cutting open a seatbelt if you were in that type of a situation and needed it. So it's kind of a cool little extra little gizmo here. It's your standard access lock, which, I did a review on the Benchmade bug out and mini bug out recently, which are also access locks. And I did take one apart so you could see the Omega spring in there and how the access lock works. So you can check out, I'll put a link to my Benchmade playlist down in the description. But overall, this is just a really cool knife. It's super smooth, even though it's brand new. It is smooth and it opens super easy. I do like the access lock in general. Once they break in, they're kind of super fidgety, which is nice. And the wood, I think, is cool. It is kind of, not distressed, but you can see some, not really grind marks, I guess you would call it, but sanding marks. So if you do get some scratches on this, it will not show super well or super great. So I think the scratches will not show up that big. So I think it's going to be a good user knife. I do like the jimping on top. It's not too aggressive where it feels painful or anything, but it works. It gives you some extra grip. It feels really good in my hand. No real hot spots. I mean, I can really bear down on this if I needed to. And with the access lock, it is totally solid. There's no blade play. There's no movement. It's a really solidly built knife, as most Benchmades are. And yeah, you can see I'm still rocking the tag. Just got this in the mail yesterday and haven't really taken it off yet. So it's going to spoil me. But anyway, let's do a couple size comparisons here because, well, that's what I do. I pull out the handy dandy Sharpie because everybody knows what a Sharpie is. To give you just kind of a size comparison. How about next to the Chris Reeve Sabenza large 21. So it's a little bit shorter than that. It is a little thicker, so it does fill your hand a little bit bigger, a little better. Let's see how it compares to the Vario Synapse, which I still have. Just a hair longer. And actually, this is probably a pretty good similar comparison. I'd have to look back on the actual dimensions of the Synapse, but feels equally good in the hand as the Synapse. Maybe a little bit better just because the clip, and this is the prototype Synapse, so that clip is going to be redefined a little bit. But it's very close in size and feel to that. I know these aren't really out yet, so that may not be a great comparison. What about the Todd Big Steelcraft Field Marshal? And last but not least, let's pull out the Civivi Asticus, which is our giveaway knife. Once we hit 400 subscribers, we'll be giving away this Asticus. Not this particular one, but the one that's still brand new in the box over here. This one I'm keeping because, well, you can check out my Asticus video because it's a pretty cool knife. So here is the Benchmade Grizzly Creek. It's a great knife, and at 225 bucks, I think, the pricing is good, and if you reach out to Gil over at Wildaboutsportinggoods, you'll get it a little bit cheaper than the 225, I am sure. And if Gil doesn't take care of you, let me know. But thanks a lot. Very, very big thanks to Gil for loaning in 4 or 5 knives. So that really helps out the channel. So anybody else that's interested in, whether you're a dealer or not, I've got some other things here on the table. Some Todd Fisher knives that a buddy George sent in. I've gotten stuff from Vario Engineering. I've gotten stuff from just, random people to send stuff in. So if you've got anything you would like to send in, absolutely love it. That's what helps grow the channel. And as a new up and coming channel, the help is very much appreciated. So just hit me up in the comments or shoot me an email, which is also down in the description. And we can work something out. So if you've got a cool piece, whether it's production, whether it's, super one-off custom, I take them all. So let's talk if you got something. Anyway, thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Stay tuned because there's a lot more coming up. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you on the next one.